Here's a choice of food and drink to satisfy anyone and everyone. You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment. Something to please all tastes and age groups.
The show starts in 6 minutes.
That thing's alive, sir. I saw it. I shot at it. I hit it. I know it. Nothing happened. It just kept coming at me, making a noise like a cat mewing. Captain, it was awful. If you could have seen those hands and those eyes. Captain, you've got to do something about it. You've got...
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly? Baffling questions, astounding questions that not even the world's greatest scientific minds can answer.
Gentlemen, do you realize what we've found? A being from another world, as different from us as one pole from the other. If we can only communicate with it.
See? What happened, Doctor?
In the greenhouse, I was working. I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Then a blast of cold air, and I heard Olson scream.
Come here. Get in the corner. Now hold this in front of you. Stay by the light switch.
1.9. Needles hit the top.
Just put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I am your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newly Dads.
We are.
And if this is your first time tuning in, whether you're watching us or listening to us on a podcast, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. This is a half-hour chat show where Mr. Newly Dad and I discuss a movie that we watched prior to the show. And, we have thoughts on it. Joel likes to say, we have thoughts.
We have thoughts. We do have thoughts.
We have lots of thoughts.
Lots of thoughts.
And
7 thoughts.
Yes. And if you would like to learn more about us and what we do in the world, you can go to our website, which is thenewlydads.com, for all of your Newly Dads needs. We both do a blog. My blog has slowed down a little bit because I don't have any current places to review, but I review local small businesses, not always local. I should just say small businesses.
Un poquito.
Yeah. And if you've got a small business that you would like me to review, you can also send me an email at contact@thenewlydads.com. Joel does reviews on movies. So yeah.
That's weird.
What's weird?
That I review movies.
That's not weird. Not weird at all.
We gotta get on that, get some more people We gotta
Yeah.
put some feelers out.
Yeah,
We got
so
a whole market to.
If you have a local business that you want me to review, it can be anything. I've reviewed a small business that did just like a consulting kind of firm kind of thing.
Henna tattoos.
Henna
sewing,
tattoos, jewelry,
candle makers.
soap. Yep, soap making, candle making,
Artists.
artists. I want to say food.
We'll say food. But there is going to be 175, 150.
175-ish vendors at a place that we are going to be vending at also, because we are makers and artists. And that is going to be in October at the Witches Market. It's going to be fun. There's going to be bands playing. There's going to be food and vendors, like lots of artists and makers and of all kinds. And any walk of life is welcome to come join us at the Witches Market. It's going to be in Belvedere at the Boone County Fairgrounds on October 5th, and it runs from noon to 9, I believe. Joel will probably put a little
You've
thing
already
up
seen
here.
it at this point. We should hit all those people up, though. That's a lot of people you could write about.
That is 175 people I could write about.
I mean, you've already written about like 25 of them.
Yeah.
30.
That's where I get a lot of my content was from them.
Incidentally, Shaggy is very animated, so if you're hearing a lot of dog noises, it's because he's being nutso right now.
You probably can't hear it because I feel like these microphones don't really pick up weird noises like
Sometimes
that.
you see a foot flies up in the air,
Yeah.
like the song
He likes to
by
do
Aerosmith,
foot flying. Oh, yeah, with your feet flying up in the air.
singing, "Hey diddle diddle, there's a doggy in the middle."
Yeah.
That's not the words. I
No,
don't care.
but we do record out of our house, and that is why there's some weird dogs,
Like this one.
like this guy on my lap.
He's not weird. He's cute.
Yeah. So again, thanks for being here. And if you are watching this and you want to listen to us, you can find us on usually Spotify or any other podcasting places that Spotify likes to send it out to. Or if you are listening to this and you want to watch us, go to our website, because that's where you can find all the fun goods about what channels we're on. We're on multiple channels, so including YouTube. And we do have a YouTube channel where you can watch our other videos, like we do snack videos. It's called Sinister Snacks. And then, we do following you around videos,
Unboxing.
coffee review called Coffinated. What else did you say?
Unboxings.
Joel does an
There's
unboxing
unboxing
video. He does those very frequently because he gets a subscriber box at least once a month from Vinegar Syndrome. But we are here to talk about a movie. That is the whole purpose of this show. This week, we watched something from the 9 big box of horror movies, which there's not even 9 on here. There's 5, I believe. We did watch one of them already called Hurt. Yes, Hurt.
Which we didn't hate.
We didn't hate it. Yeah.
Better
And
than
this time we watched something called The Cellar Door.
Which we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, hi. He's petting me back.
Oh.
Should we just get right into the really short synopsis that's like 1 sentence long?
Un poquito synopsis.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Herman, which consequently I named my car Herman, not after this guy. Herman seeks girl next door types to capture, torture, and kill in his basement. But his latest victim, Rudy, has other plans. I told you it was short. It's 86 minutes long. Oh, wait. Rated R for strong, bloody violence and terror and language.
Lots of screaming.
Lots of screaming.
And occasionally food.
And some stabbings.
And some stabbing, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A reasonable amount of stabbing for
Yes.
an average horror film, for sure.
Yeah. So sorry for the short little synopsis there, but
Not your fault.
that's all they wrote. I was going to say that's all she wrote, but that's all they wrote.
It's the 9 big box of horror fun fan for having fault for having so many movies on there. They can't have long ones. They got to have short ones.
Yeah. See, if they would have just said 5 big box of movies and then had more room somewhere to write more synopsis. I don't know.
You get the idea.
We get the idea. So yeah, I think we should probably get onto the trailer. The trailer is being pulled by a rope. It's just like a little cart. Can you make it a cart? If you're listening to this and this is your first time listening, Joel likes to put little trailers up when we say it's time for the trailer. So I like to tell him what the trailer looks like.
It's time for the perky trailer.
It is time for the perky trailer. So, all right. You good with that? It's like a cart with a squeaky wheel, you know?
What is with the squeaky wheels?
I just like squeaky wheels.
She likes the squeaky wheels.
It makes a cute noise. And then the people that are listening will be able to hear the trailer instead of, you know, it has to honk or whatever most of the time. All right. We will be right back.
In an ordinary house, on an ordinary street, a nightmare is about to unfold.
Gonna kill me? I'll be good, I promise.
To be the only one who survives.
Is this what you want?
All your fault. She'll need strength.
Nobody likes you. She didn't like you. I hate you.
Willpower.
We'll need a little appreciation from you.
And animal cunning.
I'm really worried. She's gone.
In this primitive world of traps and cages, freedom is just a few steps away. The cellar door.
There's no way for you to get out!
From Tri-Coast International.
Welcome back. Hopefully you liked that trailer. I'm sure it was farty.
Oh, you think so? I don't know.
Usually is.
We'll find
Farty,
out.
tooty, toots and farts.
Toots. You have a friend named Toots.
I do have a friend named Toots.
Toots.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, Tootsie.
Not like the band Toots and the Maytals. That's different.
No. Mm-mm. Just Tootsie Fly. That's her name. Well, that's her nickname. Tootsie Flyola, if you're really sassy.
So whenever we watch a movie, I always take notes so that we have a little bit of a direction as far as where we head with the discussion. Little things we want to remember, stuff like that. And when I take notes, I draw pictures. And sometimes
I did not take notes this time. Yeah.
Sometimes she takes notes and she draws pictures.
I drew pictures in my mind.
She did.
I wanted to pay attention to the movie, which, you know, sometimes drawing and like taking notes helps me to stay awake. And sometimes it doesn't. But this
50,
time
50.
I stayed awake.
She did.
The whole
So
time.
this time what I drew was a funnel because I like.
Is that Herman?
And then I don't know. I just started drawing and that's what I ended
That
up
looks like
with.
Herman, but with glasses. He didn't have glasses.
Oh, he
What's
didn't.
up with the funnel?
Oh,
Because of the P?
No, because I was thinking about how to best get stuff transferred, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out, and was what I came up with. Is a funnel.
Yeah. But he also used a funnel.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
For
he
her
did,
pee.
didn't he? I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
he was weird.
Herman was
gross.
No bueno. So the cellar door is from 2007. It's currently sitting at 4.1 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database. This was directed by one Matt Zettel, who is known for a film called Resurrection County, Axe to Grind. I think we have an axe, don't we? We don't ever grind it though.
I have like a little, like, yeah, a
You have a
little
pocket
axe.
axe.
I have a purse axe.
Purse axe is what it was. And this one is in development, so there's no poster, there's nothing. Actually, it's just in pre-production, like they're trying to get it off the ground. The Cellar Door 2 Prey Mates. That's Prey mates. Prey mates.
Praymates.
Yes. Apparently, the synopsis reads that Rudy, is trying to get back to her normal life when Herman gets released from the jail or mental health asylum or whatever.
I wasn't sure if he was going to die at the end then.
And spoiler alert, yeah, he didn't die. And now she's starting to get terrorized by again, but there's some question as to whether it's. Oh wait, no, I got that wrong.
Oh,
he's not released yet. He is or he isn't. I don't know. But there's a copycat that's stalking Rudy. And I'm not sure if they're.
Why is it always stalking her?
Well, because that was his last victim that survived,
and somebody thought he was cool.
So yeah, this guy is like, he's my hero. So he's gonna go after his last victim. As you do.
He's a turd burglar.
Shaggy, what are you doing? Are you stuck? Hi.
Nope, he's fine.
Okay. So this was written by Christopher Nelson, who wrote The Cellar Door and Part 2. Good job, Shaggy. So this stars one James Dumont as Herman, who is known for The Righteous Gemstones, which if you're a fan of The Righteous Gemstones on Max, which I am, you will know that character. He was also in Spencer Confidential, which was the movie reboot of the Spencer novelizations that were out back in the day that I think Spencer for Hire this show was based on the books, but this was a reboot with Mark Wahlberg, which got some mixed reviews. I thought it was kind of fun. And a movie called Vampire Riders with a Z. Riders with a Z. And then as the titular role of Rudy, stars Michelle Tomlinson, who is from Kung Fu Femmes, which sounds like a fun little movie.
It does. It sounds like a Joel movie.
Brain Dead 2007, not to be confused with the Peter Jackson Brain Dead, aka Dead Alive. Different one. Alien Vengeance. There's a subtitle here. Alien Vengeance. Oh, The Other Me. That's the subtitle. And then I put this one in at the end because I saw it as I was looking over her profile, and I'm like, I'm going to add this one at the last minute. So she was also in a movie called George's Intervention, which is about a zombie who's addicted to eating people or something like that, and they have like an intervention. And I just looked kind of like it might be kind of
like
dumb.
a funny,
yeah, like a funny kind of dumb, fun, silly
movie
sort of thing.
I said movie, and he put his ears up like
He likes movies.
Movie.
He doesn't care.
Like a movie.
So at this point, my wife turns to me and says,
"What did you think of the movie?"
And Bailey yawns because he's bored. So at first, this started off with some really shaky camera work, and it felt very low budget, which it was.
Yeah.
Almost to the point of being a little too much shaky camera work.
Yeah, and like the volume was like difficult in the beginning of the movie too. Like, it was like muffly. Like whoever did the sound work or whatever wasn't doing great in the beginning.
Like they were wearing a muffler.
Mm-hmm. Mufflers.
And then we realized that Herman is either the like the best criminal ever or the worst criminal ever, because he didn't have to wear gloves when he was disposing of a body.
He wore them sometimes.
But then other times,
not when you should be.
Right. When he's outside, he gets a dead body. It kind of opens with a body disposal. And he gets the dead body and he's taking it out to set it up for display. Like it's in a wedding dress and it's got like, it's been all done up and he's made it all look fancy. And yeah, zero gloves anywhere.
And then buries it.
Putting tape on it. He's touching the plastic bag, just like fingerprints everywhere. And then when he's in his own basement and he's got Rudy in a cage and he's, keeping her, then he's using gloves.
Weird. Actually, he did it when he broke into her house.
Oh yeah, and he put on a ski mask.
Yeah,
and he did it,
but it didn't have a hole for the mouth.
Broad daylight.
It was like a hat that someone like cut just 2 eye holes in.
He probably cut 2 eye holes in it. He's weird. Like I said, either the greatest criminal ever because he doesn't need some of those things, or the worst criminal ever who's going to get caught.
They couldn't find a ski mask. They like made one.
They're like, get that hat over there. Cut the holes in it. I don't know why he talks like that.
And it was like weird shaped eye holes.
It was. There was no dialogue for the first 20 minutes or something. It was just him humming the song that became like a focal point. Finally, they started talking. I thought maybe it was going to be like a silent thing. And I don't know how you felt about this, but this really felt like an Uli Lamel film. Borderline cult. Felt very like a kindred spirit. Like he's been watching Lily Mel films, and he's like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
A little bit.
Vibe? Would you say that's accurate? There's lots of screaming, kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it felt less purposeful. Like in Chainsaw Massacre, like that's kind of, it goes with the aesthetic of the film. This just felt like it was there for the sake of being there. I don't know. I didn't care for it. Which I even wrote, not a fan so far because there's not much of a story. And then once you kind of get going, you realize that basically it's just Herman and Rudy's movie. And actually in the cast, there's 7 people total. Very, very small. Because there's the missionaries, there's Rudy's friend, there's Rudy, there's Herman, there's the lady at the store that keeps bugging him, and then the very first girl at the beginning. There's some other background actors, but it's a really, really small cast. If we can even name them off after watching it yesterday. His eyes are closing as you're scratching. And then there's a weird question mark, and I kind of made my decision on what film I was going to recommend based on this, because as we're watching it, Rudy keeps getting these weird flashbacks to
flashbacks,
a prior victim, which it felt like flashbacks to me. But Laura said
she was getting premonitions because she was dreaming about it, and like the chick was like, "This is where I'm buried."
She says it like that too. She didn't say it like that.
No, but it was like.
So you feel like it was something supernatural?
Yeah, well, 1,000% it was, because she even said, she goes to Herman, she was like, "Did you have someone down here before?" And he's like,
well, she noticed the fingernails jammed in the wood.
Yeah, but she kept dreaming about her, and like she dreamt about like where she was at in the woods and everything, and like, it was just all these weird premonitions and stuff that she kept having.
Because I wrote down, is she dreaming or is she just tripping? Because he like gave her drugs
ether.
A couple times.
It was just ether. Just ether.
It
was just ether.
Just a little,
Bailey.
He wants to be in
Sorry.
I hope you like dog butt.
Yeah.
Also, and before I forget, I have 2 words for you. Chocolate cake.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I mean, she's locked up in a basement, pooping and peeing in a bedpan, basically. And like, she's got her monthly visitor or whatever, and like not washing her hands. She's super dirty. And he like makes her a chocolate cake, and like she goes, "Come here, I want to feed it to you." And like, so she like feeds it to him, and he's like licking it off of her dirty old fingernails and fingers, and it looks like poo.
Although there was actual poo at a different
time. He like kept keeping stool samples and like
her blood and
tampons
like
that she
stuff.
used, and ew.
And I wrote here, sloppy killer, but sometimes not sloppy. He's very inconsistent. Then when the missionaries show up towards the end of the film, when it's starting to reach the 3rd act, what the hell?
I feel like it just sped up, and they were just like, well, let's just end it now.
But well, I mean, was that really? I mean, I guess that was that's what I'm looking for, like the linchpin to the whole thing falling apart is the missionaries. And why would he let them in his house to begin with?
He shouldn't even answer the door.
Right.
He would have just not answered the door. They would have went away.
It didn't. It felt very out of character for what. I mean, I guess they were trying to establish that he was like a very kind of namby-pamby. I don't know what that word even means, but you know what? I mean, you know what it means, but I don't know where it comes from. I'll put that here actually. But that, yeah, he was just like willing to do whatever anybody wanted him to do, but he also, that's kind of why he was so mean and vicious to the people he captured, because he's used to kind of being wishy-washy. But then some of the stuff, he's not so wishy-washy. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't make him mad or he'll beat you in the head with a bat.
There was also one scene where whoever was doing the special effects, continuity, whatever, after he had murdered or stabbed or somebody to the point where there was a lot of blood, he was walking around and he had a shirt on, and it looked like he'd opened like a jar of strawberry jam and just like it exploded. But it was all dried, so it was just strange. It looked like somebody took a marker and drew blood on his shirt. And then before we get to the end of the movie, I don't know if we're doing spoilers or not. This is 2007, so it's a while ago. They pull the standard girl or boy gets out of hostage situation, flips the script, and puts the person in the jail cell or whatever, and then either tortures them for the next 15, 20 minutes, or leaves them there to die or whatever, and walks away scot-free or not so scot-free. And that's kind of what happens here. Is she gets him trapped in there after she stabs him a lot
And leaves him.
and she's wearing a wedding dress. She's trying to get him to think that she wants to go along with all of his plans, and she's covered in blood, and it's supposed to be kind of a very stark kind of image. The way that they did the blood and everything, it didn't work. I've seen horror movies with people in wedding gowns that are very effective. This was unfortunately not one of those. And then the movie ends with the song that he's been humming the whole time.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know the song? Like actually know what the song was?
I think so. Now I can't remember what it was.
Because I don't remember actually recognizing the song, but he kept humming it. And he's like, I didn't know the words. I just would hum the song. So I knew the melody. So like the whole movie, he's like, There's not a lot to this movie. Like if you're okay with
creepy, like
almost like a slice of life kind of thing. There's no not a lot of reason why he's doing what he's doing. He just goes, kidnaps somebody, then he goes back and forth to the store until eventually they try to escape, and then a lot of death happens. Like that's the plot. Like,
yep.
There's really nothing more to it. And I'm not saying you have to have a lot more, but sometimes, especially if the characters are interesting or they're not interesting, you need something more to keep you interested in the storyline. And I feel like they didn't quite accomplish that goal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Would we watch this again?
No. No need.
Bailey, would you watch it again?
No.
Even Bailey says no, and that's unusual. He watches a lot of crap.
He says no.
Yeah, he can't even see, in color.
No.
He likes black and white movies.
He does.
Which is all of them.
I mean, they can see in some sort of colors.
They got some.
It's not the same kind of colors we see.
No, but they're cuter than at least I am. All right. So is it that time already?
Yeah.
I guess?
Out of 5.
5 what?
Chocolate cakes.
Oh, you had to bring that back up again. It's all right. I brought it up to make you go, what the heck?
Yeah, it was gross.
So I didn't really have to think about this too much because I'll just tell you right now, if you can't tell, I did not really like this movie that much. However, I'm just curious enough that if the movie ever gets made, the second one, because it's not actually like in production, it's just like pre-production stuff, I might consider watching it just to see where they take the story.
Yeah, I would.
But I would only do it if we were going to review it. Like I wouldn't do it just to watch it. Yeah, he's enjoying that. So based on that, I ended up at a 0.25 out of 5. So not even a.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 0.5.
You didn't fall asleep, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
I was entertained to, somewhat. I mean, it was gross, and I wasn't really into any of the characters. I didn't even like Rudy that much.
And it made us swear off chocolate cake for a while, I guess. So. And why couldn't, if he, has enough room in his basement, and he's building this like place for them to be, why couldn't he make it big enough that they could at least like lay down comfortably or put a chair in there or something?
Yeah, because he like wants them to be like his bride, essentially.
But
yeah, like why don't you be a little nicer? You know what I'm saying?
It's like you could lay down in it, but you had to kind of curl up. Most of the time, you'd be forced to stand. There wasn't really like any place to sit per se. You could sit on the ground, but again, it's kind of cramped. So I don't quite understand the logic there.
I think it's the control thing.
Probably.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, if you don't want to watch this, but you do want to watch something, what does Joel have in mind and recommend?
So I went back and forth on this quite a bit during the course of the film. And I finally kind of decided to lean into the thing you were talking about that I still am a little, I'd like to hear the director tell me that was the plan because I still feel a little wonky on it. But the fact that there was kind of a supernatural element. So I went with 2021's The Black Phone.
Oh.
So if you haven't seen that, it's a heartwarming story of
torture and kidnapping.
The grabber is Ethan Hawke's character's name, who kidnaps children, brings them down to his basement lair thingy, and he locks them up in there, and then he does whatever he does to them, And he's been doing this a while because eventually what happens to the most recent person that he's kidnapped is that kid starts seeing the dead kids that he's caught before, and they're calling him on the black phone that's in the basement that doesn't work. And then eventually you start seeing them too because they're kind of manifested and they tell their story. And so it's basically a similar story, but with
like a way more supernatural element.
Right, where they've kind of ratcheted that up, and the villain in it is a lot more effective. The kid that's the kidnapped victim for the majority of the film is very good. It's a pretty darn good movie all the way around. So thought it was a much better version of what they were trying to do here, but didn't quite pull.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
I'll save my other one. I won't tell you what it was because I'll save it for another time.
Okay. I can't blow this up. Nope. All right. So what are we watching next week?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I got to get that out. Next week, we are watching 2014's
Devil's Due. It's very, very scary, according to, Eli Roth. Eli Roth thinks it's very, very scary.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily mean that it's like terrifying, like he was afraid, but that maybe that it's effectively scary, perhaps.
Very, very scary. Okay, so when is this from?
2014. Did you guys fart, puppy?
So a true love can't escape pure evil, it says on the back. A young couple's blessed event turns into their worst nightmare in one of the most terrifying horror films ever conceived. After a mysterious night on their honeymoon, Zach and Samantha McCall find themselves dealing with an earlier than planned pregnancy. While recording everything on video for posterity, Zach notices odd behavior in his wife, which they initially attribute to nerves, although it soon becomes evident that the disturbing changes to Samantha's body and mind have a much more sinister origin. That sounds creepy. Oh, I mean, it looks creepy.
The cover looks sort of creepy, but oops, I hit my mic. Sorry, guys.
Zach Gilford and Allison Miller are in it.
Yeah, we'll find out who they are soon enough. I didn't look at the back. I just grabbed it because it was obviously a horror film.
It looks like somebody's being like,
I can't see that,
forcibly pushed up against the wall, like a priest, like an old priest and a young priest,
and a Darth Vader force choke. Did you want to blow something up? I know you like blowing things up. I'm done with them. Did it blow up? Didn't even make it to the ground. Why are you sniffing me so hard? Oh, now I got a kiss. Now it blew up.
Yep.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, well, and if you didn't notice what she knocked it into, there is a film canister we purchased for our set that eventually we built, but I thought I'd show it off so you guys could take a look at it. So there you go. All right. Well, that's promising. Maybe we'll have a good one next week.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you again for watching. Again, you can find us at thenewlyduds.com if you want more information or more content. And until next week,
keep it cheap and creepy.
Bye.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going? I'm gonna finish this. Goodbye, Tom.
And now, intermission. Refreshment time.
sure is great being at a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm gonna have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
My name is Sergeant Joe Fink, working the 24-hour shift out of homicide. And this is my workshop, the part of town that everybody knows about, but that nobody wants to see. Where the tragedies are deeper, the ecstasy's wilder, and the crime rate consistently higher than anywhere else. Skid Row, my beat. The most terrifying period in the history of my beat began in a little run-down floor shop called Mushnick's.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiva. How's things today?
Oh, the same as usual, Mr. Mushnick. My sister's nephew, Stanley, died in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, what happened?
He got blown up. Who knows how?
That's nice. Well, you would like, maybe as usual, some flowers for the funeral.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
I thought possibly, because I always give to you all my funeral business, maybe you should possibly give to me a little cut rate.
Look on me, Mrs. Shiva. What am I, a philatelist? I sell on Skid Row nothing but cheap carnations. And I should give you a cut rate. I can't even afford water for the flowers. To my throat, I would be giving a cut.
I dreamt I dwelt in marble halls with vassals...
Get up from the back! Excuse me, Mrs. Shiver. That's Seymour.
He's a nice boy.
Why don't you let him see?
What? See? Look, here I got a new customer. Brand new in the yellow vest. I should let the cleanup boy, but I can't even afford chase him out right away. Flower as fresh as the springtime mushnicks. Hello? Oh, hello, Dr. Farb. What can I do for you today?
Listen, Mushnik, I haven't got much time. Send me over 2 gladiolas and the fern.
Excellent. That's 2 dozen glads, 1 potted fern.
No, Mushnik. 2 gladiolas and 1 fern.
You want I should put 2 gladiolas in the pot with the ferns?
No, 1 fern, 1 piece. Altogether, 3 pieces. I need it for my waiting room.
Yeah, it's the filling out.
What?
A filling out.
Good, I'll drill a bigger hole.
You mean you want 2 crummy gladiolas and 1 crummy fern? What kind of a decoration is that?
Listen, it's my flower budget for the week. Mushnik. Who can be a dentist on Skid Row?
All right, excellent. I'll send Seymour right away. Who am I to argue with science?
Make it snappy. Now you are going to get it. Oh, you are going to get it. Look.
Seymour Krelboyne? Now, Mrs. Shiver, we were talking from the funeral flowers, but the little...
Funeral! Did you call me Mr. Mushnick?
No, I was calling John D. Rockefeller for to make a loan on my Rolls Royce.
Sorry I said it.
Now, look, Seymour. You take 2 gladiolas. You'll cut them nice and even. You'll take 1 fern. You'll wrap them in a package, and you'll take them to Dr. Farr. Right? Now go already! Now, what can I do for you, sir?
My name is Burson Fouch.
Excellent. I am Gravis Mushnick.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now, who's going to get my roses?
I'll take care of you, Mrs. Shiver. Come right over here.
You would like maybe some orchids for a nice girl?
No, I think I'd like a couple of dozen carnations.
Carnations.
A person can't turn around these days that somebody shouldn't drop dead.
You've had more than your share of bad luck, Mrs. Shiver.
Bad luck, she calls it. You should have so many people kick off. You would have somebody fall on top of you, too.
What about the carnations?
You said you wanted some roses.
Yeah, for Stanley.
My carnations.
You should see what that Seymour is. Oh, here are your carnations. Wait, I'll wrap them for you.
No, that's all right. I'll leave them here.
Why not? Of course. What else? They are all right?
Well, I've had better.
Well, this is a small shop.
Oh, that's okay. You know, those big places, they're full of pretty flowers, expensive flowers. When you raise them for looks and smell, you're bound to lose some food value. I like to eat these little out-of-the-way places.
Oh! Such a thing, eating flowers.
Look, don't knock it until you try it, huh?
Look what happened.
This is what I was trying to tell you before. Look on him, everybody. Look at the quality of his work. I ask you, when I fire him, where is he going to get such another good job?
You mean I'm fired?
No, I'm electing you president from the United States. Yes, you are fired.
Gravis, you can't do that.
Who can't?
I didn't mean it.
You didn't mean it. You never mean it. You didn't mean it the time you put up the bouquet with the get well card in the funeral parlor and sent the black lilies to the old lady in the hospital. You didn't mean it. But this time, I, Gravis Mushnick, mean it.
He means it.
But gee, Mr. Mushnick, don't I always try to do what's right? And I'm crazy about flowers. I like flowers almost as much as Audrey does.
Excellent, you're fired.
Why don't you give him a chance to resurrect himself?
I give him a chance to quit.
I ain't gonna quit.
You're a brave boy, you're fired.
But that ain't fair, Mr. Mushnick. You know what I'm doing? I'm working on a special surprise plant just for you. I'm growing a plant like you ain't never seen before.
Excellent. I can't even sell the plants I got in my shop. Out, you.
Now, wait a minute. He's got a new kind of plant you ought to look at.
I don't look on flowers, Mr. Yellow Vest. I got ancestors in the flower business for 200 years, but I got one shop on Skid Row, one stinking shop. I don't even like flowers.
No, you don't understand what I mean. Look, I've eaten in flower shops all over the world. And I've noticed that the places that have the most weird and unusual plants do the best business.
See?
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 What is this, a tango? All right. Explain me more.
Well, I remember one place that had a whole wall covered with poison ivy.
People came from miles around to look at that wall, and they stayed to buy.
The owner got rich.
No. He scratched himself to death in an insane asylum.
Oh, that was my cousin Harry.
All right. All right. You go home and you get this fancy schmancy plant and you bring it back here. And if Mr. Yellow Vest Fouch says it's a draw, you still got a job. If he don't, out you go to both of you, right?
Don't worry, you'll like it. You'll see.
KSIK. You've been listening to Music for Old Invalids. Our next selection is entitled Sick Room Serenade.
Seymour, is that you?
Yeah, Ma.
Come in here, look at my tongue.
But, Ma, I already seen your tongue.
Have you no sympathy for your poor mother? Laughing at her and mocking her illness, and she's got one foot in the grave?
Oh, I didn't mean it.
Oh, you never mean it. Now, come on, look at my tongue.
A tongue's a tongue, Ma. They all look the same to me.
Oh, did you stop at Dr. Mallard's and get the results of my tests?
Yeah, he said there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh, not Dr. Mallard. He's one doctor I thought would tell the truth.
He said you should be playing fullback for the Rams.
He wants me dead. I'll bet he's assistant coroner.
Ma, I gotta go.
And I know I've got my goiters coming back. I can feel it every morning after breakfast.
Yeah, that's when you take those great big...
What you got, a little surprise for me?
Open it up and see.
All right. Dr. Slurp Saddle's famous tonic. Wait here. To be taken internally or externally for pain and neuritis, neuralgia, headache. If hit by a truck, call your physician. Alcoholic contact, 98%. Oh, Seymour, you'll never know what this is going to do for me. Oh, I can feel that surge of warm health going through me already.
Look, Ma, I gotta get my plant and hurry back to the shop.
You mean that lousy weed out in the kitchen?
Yeah, and if Mr. Mushnick doesn't like it, he's gonna fire me.
Apparently, my hearing is going out on me. I get the distinct impression that your job security depends on what Mushnick thinks of that thing.
Gee, it looks worse than it did this morning when I went to work. I wish I knew what to do with it.
Well, if you asked me, I'd pitch it out in the trash. I don't like my house cluttered up with rotten vegetables.
Look, Ma, I gotta hurry. Can I bring you anything?
Oh, yeah. Bring me the evening news. They're running a self-diagnosis contest. The winner gets to go to Mayo Clinic.
Bye, Ma.
Bye, son. I'll see you the rosy edge of dawn. Drink to me, oh, feel away at thine eyes, and I will...
Hey, put this on my bill.
Well, here it is, everybody. What do you think of it?
Well, it sure is different.
It looks delicious, but don't you think it's kind of stale?
Well, it hasn't been feeling too well.
You call that a fancy plant? It looks like it never spent an LT day in its entire life.
I don't care. I like it anyway.
You like even skunk cabbage.
Yeah. What kind of a plant is this, Seymour?
Well, I'm not sure. I got the seeds from a Japanese gardener over on Central Avenue. He found them in with an order he got from a plantation next to a cranberry farm.
Fine. You don't even know what is this plant you're growing.
Well, I gave it a name.
What name?
Oh, gee.
What? You gave it a dirty name? You can't even mention it?
Well, I named it Audrey Jr.
You named it after me. Oh, really? That's the most exciting thing anyone's ever done to me.
You poor kid. I don't think it's so much I should keep on spending $10 a week on your salary.
But, Gravis, he named it after me.
I know, and if they keep it, they'll name it Mushnick's Folly because I'll be in jail for non-payment of taxes.
Are you crazy?
Who?
You. That's probably the only plant of its kind in the world. Don't you realize if Seymour can nurse that thing back to health, you'll have people coming here from all over?
You think so, you Fouch?
I know so, you Mushnick. Now, that's all I'm saying on the subject. Besides, I've got to get home. My wife's making gardenias for dinner.
Good night, you Fouch.
Good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. crazy about kosher flowers.
He's a nice man.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about. Maybe he's not so stupid. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep you and this dumbbell junior for a week. If you can noise it back to health, you both can stay. If you can't, you're both fired.
Oh, gee, thank you, Mr. Mushnick.
Don't feel sad, Seymour.
Don't waste your pity on me, Audrey. I'm not worth it.
Who says you're not?
Everybody.
Yeah, I know. But I think you're a fine figurative of a man, and I know that Audrey Jr. will be the sweetest thing in the whole wide world.
Well, I don't know. I've given it every kind of fancy fertilizer and atomic plant food and distilled mineral water you can buy, but it just gets sicker and sicker.
Don't worry. You're going to be another Luther Glendale.
Pasadena.
Burbank. Good night, Seymour.
Night, Audrey. What's the matter, little plant? Haven't I done everything I could for you? Where did I goof? You're the first little plant I ever tried to grow, and if you die, I don't know what I'll do. Please don't die. I'll get you some water, okay? You opened up just like you do every night at sunset. I wish I knew how to make you grow. Here, let me move this out of your way so you can breathe. Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Hey, what happened? How come you woke up? Blood? You like blood? Oh, you must be kidding. Well, we'll see. What I'm doing for you. Ow! Oh, who would have thought it? Well, I guess there's just no accounting for people's tastes.
On him, Audrey. Isn't he beautiful? Isn't he delicious? Isn't he got the $2 raise? What happened to your fingers?
Bee stings. So how come I'm all of a sudden so wonderful?
5 bees, one for each finger?
10 bees. Did you say I was getting a $2 raise?
Correct, my very excellent Seymour. 10 bees.
What did I do now?
Don't you know what you did? Just look.
Oh, boy, look at that. It grew. It's almost a foot long.
Isn't it empirical?
It grows like a cold sore from the lip. Oh, hello, young pretty ladies. What can Gravis Mushnick do for you?
Well, we saw your sign outside. About the Audrey Jr. So we thought we'd come in and take a look.
Well, give a look.
That makes 4 people today who've come in just to look at it.
Oh, Dick, Shirley. Is that just too much? Oh, what kind of plant is it?
It's an Audrey Jr.
Where was it you got in trouble with 10 bees?
Well, is that all? I mean, doesn't it have a scientific name?
Yes, of course, but who could denounce it? You would like maybe to buy something.
Well, we don't have any money, except $2,000. But that's just to spend on flowers.
So we don't have any of our own.
Isn't that a drag?
You got just $2,000 just to spend on flowers?
That's right.
Who died? The Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we're from Cucamonga High School. And we're building a float for the Rose Bowl parade.
Which is made out of flowers.
Thousands of them. And we're on the committee that picks the florists.
And then glues on the flowers.
Gee, that sure is a mad plant. Wow, yeah.
Seymour here invented it.
He did.
Thousands of flowers. Girls, please don't damage the horticulturist. Tell me, how come you don't buy all these thousands of flowers from Gravis Mushnick? My flowers got something the others don't.
What's that?
They're cheap.
Well, gee, if your shop is good enough to develop the Audrey Jr., I guess it can get us everything we need. Yeah, we'll talk it over with the rest of the committee. Well, we gotta run now. Bye, all. Bye, Seymour.
Bye. Bye, girls. A son. A son. Look, Audrey. I got a son.
Oh, gee, Mr. Mushnick.
What, Mr. Mushnick? I don't want you should call me Mr. Mushnick anymore. I want you should call me Dad.
Okay, Dad.
Isn't that beautiful?
Seymour Krelboyne, come over here, my son. I want to talk on you about the future. Look on this fly trap. Look on it. Soon we got no more Skid Row. We will be rich, us. I am building for you a giant greenhouse in which you are making impossible flowers, which in turn I am selling at ridiculous prices in my giant new flower saloon in Beverly Hills. Do you see that big sign in the sky? It is saying, Gravis Mushnick in French.
Isn't it exciting? And we'll have an orchestra right by the cash register. And Gravis will wave his arms, and the orchestra will play Mendelssohn's Spring Song. And I'll come out in a gown wrapped by somebody expensive and say,
The carnations are $600 a dozen, 2 dozen for 1,000.
It's a bargain.
get 'em while they last.
Stop shouting! My Uncle Mush's brother Yankel just passed away, Tenafly, New Jersey. Tell me, how much are the carnations today?
The carnations are $600 a dozen.
And why are they letting him run around loose?
Please excuse my son, Mrs. Shiver. Just point to anything in the store and it is yours.
I mean,
That's right.
the cash register maybe, huh?
Wait a minute. Here are several dozen carnations on the house courtesy of Gravis Mushnick, the Bloom Tycoon.
That's my dad.
Thanks. Thanks very much. Only tell me, why are you so happy? Not only did my Uncle Mush's brother Yankel die, Tenafly, New Jersey, you should also give some flowers to that poor dead plant there. Good morning, Mr. Mushnick. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiver.
Look what happened to my plant, Dad.
Who are you calling Dad? Who?
Oh, no. And it was so beautiful just a few seconds ago.
Excellent. Just a few seconds ago, I gave away dozens of carnations free to Mrs. Shiver.
I didn't mean it.
You have perhaps an explanation.
No, but if you give me a minute, I'll think of one.
I can see it all now. We are in the poorhouse. That big sign in the sky, it is reading, Seymour Krelboyne, rest in peace, in Arabic.
Oh, you've got to give him another chance.
You promised me a week, Mr. Mushnick. I'll sit up all night with that plant. It'll be healthy in the morning. You'll see. I promise. I promise.
Feed me. Feed me. Feed me.
Who said that? You said that. You said that.
Feed me.
You said that. You can talk. I got a talking plant. Say it again.
Feed me.
Oh, boy. I never been to college and I ain't been around much. But I'd have been willing to bet there ain't no such thing as a talking plant. But I'll take your word for it. Gee, Junior, I'd like to feed you. But I used up all my fingers. Oh. Look at me. I'm all cut to pieces. But maybe I can find another drop here someplace. That's the best I can do.
More.
But I'm already anemic.
Feed me more.
Gee, Junior, I'd be happy to give you anything I got. But I gotta keep a little blood for myself or I'll be in worse shape than Mom. I'm sorry, Junior. Well, I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll think of something. Eat me. Eat me. Look, Chowhound, don't bother me. I got problems of my own.
Feed me.
I'm sorry, pal. I'm fresh out of blood. Talk to somebody else.
I'm hungry.
I don't care what you are. Can't you see I'm knocked out? I just killed a man. I'm a murderer. You think it's fun to be a murderer? You think it's fun to haul around a sack full of
food?
Oh, no, Junior. What kind of guy do you think I am?
I'm starved.
Well, maybe just a snack.
That looks great.
Now, that is what I call a salad. What do you call that salad?
Caesarean.
Well, before the next course, I think I'll have a nice cigar. All right? You would like maybe a cigar? You don't smoke cigars. What am I thinking about? Where are the matches? Oh, you know what I found?
What?
I'm looking for the matches, and I found I left the money in the other suit.
Here's your mock chicken legs.
You don't have any money? So what else is new?
All right. I made a mistake. After all, a man is entitled.
Go on, this is your story. I'll wait for the punch.
Don't get smart with me, girlie. I'll have you know that in my shop in the cash register, I'm having the total day's receipts, which is summing up to more than $9. You'll bring the rest of the food, then I'll go to the shop and get the money.
You're playing my favorite song. Now look here, Buster. One of you is going to go down right now and get the loot, while the other one stays here until the first one gets back, if you get what I mean.
Oh, fine. In this fancy schmancy restaurant, you are holding hostages, right?
All right.
Excellent. You eat up, Audrey. I'll be back in a flash with the cash.
Bye, Gravis.
To be jolly. La, 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 la. It's the season to be jolly. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. It's the season to be jolly. La, 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 la.
You flush now, right?
Bring me whiskey, rum, wine, gin, bourbon.
What?
Scotch, rye, tequila, sake, Manischewitz.
Did you bring the money?
Don't bug me with the money. I got to get drunk now.
What flipped him?
I don't know.
Look, here, take it. Bring me anything. Bring me everything. Creme de menthe, everything you got.
Okay.
Gravis, what happened?
Don't ask.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ghosts I could handle. Don't ask.
Why don't you tell me? Maybe I could help you.
Help you couldn't.
Try and eat something. It'll calm your aggravation.
In mine own shop. Audrey, you wouldn't believe it.
I wish you'd break out and tell me.
All right, I'll tell you tomorrow, right after I am telling the police.
But Mushnick didn't come to the police. If he had, that might have been the finish of the unhappy story. It was not.
Hi, Gravis. $85 worth of business already, and we barely opened.
What did I tell you? You wouldn't be interested in selling a half interest in this place, huh?
Mr. Mushnick, we talked to the committee, and they said we could use your flower on the float. Hey, guess what? We're going to feature Audrey Jr. Right on top.
Boy.
Can't you just picture
I can picture it.
Oh, won't the people just eat it up?
Eat up the people.
And we're going to have the big part of it open so she can sit in it.
Who?
The queen with her crown and scepter. She'll be so cute. Oh, you could just eat her up.
Eat up the girls.
Oh, there's Seymour! Oh, Seymour!
I got a toothache. Leave me alone.
You. Come
Oh, my
here.
jaw, I got a toothache. It hurts. Oh, let go of my jaw. Oh, my jaw. Oh.
Now, Seymour, talk on me.
I got a toothache. What do you want to talk about?
That plant, is that a nice subject for to talk?
The plant is great. It's 4 times bigger than it was yesterday.
I saw. How come the plant is now so big?
I don't know. But look at all them people out there. We only been open a half hour, and we already done $70 worth of business.
85. Now, look, Seymour. You gave this plant a fancy name, Audrey Jr., but I want to know right now, what do just people call it?
Well, it's a cross between a Butterworth and a Venus flytrap.
Venus flytrap. And what are the habits of this Venus flytrap?
Well, the book says it eats insects. It eats them 3 times in its life, and then it's full grown.
Excellent. And how many times is this one eat?
Well, once or twice.
You don't remember?
Well, this is kind of an unusual type flytrap.
That is a possibility.
It may never eat again. I don't see how it could get any bigger.
Then you think it don't need any more flies?
Yeah. Oh, my tooth is just killing me.
All right, excellent. You run along to the dentist. I'll take care of things here.
Thanks, boy.
Gravis, we've got to order more flowers. Tons of them.
I'm making lots of money.
That'll teach you to keep your bill up to date, you deadbeat. Go ahead and run, you sniveling dog. Go ahead and run. I'm glad I hurt you. I'm glad. Seymour, got a bad tooth, huh?
No, I thought this was the men's room.
Seymour, come back here, you bad dog. You get in there. So, you are the young man who ruined my gladiolas, huh? Sit down. Come on.
Guess what?
My tooth stopped hurting. Yes, I know. Let's see. Shut up and open up. Uh-huh.
Oh!
Does that hurt?
Yeah!
Good, you haven't felt anything yet. Uh-huh.
It's just shoot over here.
Seymour, who was the dentist here, you or me? I'll find that tooth. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Look at that stalagmite. But don't worry, it's going to be an easy one, Seymour. I won't even use Novocaine.
Oh, you broke the mirror in my mouth.
Well, don't tell me about it, stupid. Just swallow it. All right, yes. Let's see now, Seymour. Let's see, I'll have this one, and that one, and I have to have this one, Seymour.
It's only one tooth.
Seymour, who is the dentist here, you or me? Are you practicing dentistry without a license? No. All right. Uh-huh. Let's see. Oh, shh. Seymour, Seymour, don't be mad. Look at that. Will you look at that, Seymour? I didn't know you were an elk. You know, I can't afford an assistant. So I get this ready instant mix. Doesn't last very long, but it tastes good. All right, Seymour.
Oh, stay away from me.
Seymour.
You're trying to kill me.
A duel. Aha.
Is this Starbuck's office? Just a minute. Oh, yes. I see it is. You can come in now.
name is Wilberforce.
Wilberforce what?
Just Wilberforce. My first name is Wilbur. My last name is Force. I don't have a middle name.
Well, you have an appointment, maybe?
No, but you were very highly recommended to me by one of your patients, Mrs. S. Shiva. I do a lot of undertaking for her relatives.
Well, as you can see, I have a customer now, and I'm all booked up for the rest of the day, so you'll have to come back tomorrow.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I have 3 or 4 abscesses, a touch of pyorrhea, 9 or 10 cavities. I lost my pivot tooth, and I'm in terrible pain.
Well, I can't help you today.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just wait outside. The patient came to me with a large hole in his abdomen, caused by a fire poker used on him by his wife. He almost bled to death and gangrene had set in. I didn't give him much of a chance. There were other complications. The man had cancer, tuberculosis, leprosy, and a touch of the grip. I decided to operate.
My patient just left. You could come in now.
Oh, goody. I didn't see the other man leave.
Well, he went out the back door.
You know, most people don't like to go to the dentist, but I rather enjoy it myself, don't you? I mean, there's a real feeling of growth, of progress when that old drill goes in. I mean, I'd almost rather go to the dentist than anywhere, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, no Novocaine. It dulls the senses.
This is gonna hurt you more than it is me.
Oh, goody, goody, here it comes. Oh, my God, don't stop now!
Well, I made a lot of holes, and now I gotta fill it up with this here silver stuff.
Well, aren't you gonna pull any?
Well,
Oh, go on.
Well, it's your mouth.
Well, Dr. Favre, it's been quite an afternoon. I can truly say I've never enjoyed myself so much. I'll recommend you to all my friends.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
Feed me. Oh, take it easy, Dracula. What do you think I'm carrying here, my dirty laundry? I'm coming already. This should be enough for anybody. Well, goodbye, Dr. Favre. You may have been a crummy dentist, but you were a nice fella. I never meant to kill anybody in my whole life. I've killed 2 in the last 2 days. Well, but you asked for it coming after me with that knife and all. Fun voyage, Dr. Favre. You want anything else? See you in the morning.
Come in.
It's me, Joe.
Come on in, Frank. How's the wife, Frank?
Not bad, Joe.
Glad to hear it. The kids?
Lost one yesterday.
Lost one, eh? How'd that happen?
Playing some matches.
Well, those are breaks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Got a strange one here. Railroad people say they lost one of their best detectives the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Down by the yards. He was watching the refrigerator cars.
Refrigerator cars?
Ice thieves.
Oh, yeah? What happened?
Don't know. Vanished. Blood on tracks.
Clues?
None.
Anything else?
Dennis, Barb,
Dead?
missing.
Clues?
Blood in office.
Where?
Skid Row.
Ideas?
None.
Check it out.
Yeah. Now we are on the case. Officer Frank Stooley and me. My name is Fink. Sergeant Joe Fink. I'm a Fink.
Morning, Mr. Mushnick. Oh, boy, look at that.
Hi, everybody. Oh, my gosh.
Ain't it something?
It's monstrositous.
Yeah.
And to think that you did it.
Gee, Audrey, you don't have to kiss me.
Don't you like me to kiss you?
Yeah, but you don't like to kiss me.
Why shouldn't I?
Nobody else ever did.
Well, I do like to.
You do? You really do? You like to kiss me?
Sure I do.
Would you like to kiss me again?
Okay.
That plant?
Oh, boy, you kiss good, Audrey.
Oh, I guess I just have a good kisser.
How did it?
Would you like to go out on a date with me some night?
When?
Oh, sure I would, Seymour. Anytime.
Tonight?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
About that plant.
We got the list of flowers for the float, for the rose parade.
I can't talk to you now, girls. Talk on Audrey.
We got the list for the float.
Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay.
Hi, what's cooking?
Look at my plant.
My, what a large one.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Shiver. What's new?
Oh, I got terrible news. My nephew Frankie just lost his little boy.
Oh, that's too bad. How did it happen?
He was playing with matches.
Would you like to buy maybe some flowers?
About 50 cents worth.
Well, I'll get them for you. Look at my plant.
I'm looking.
Your name Gravis Mushnick?
Look, I'm a Mushnick Gravis. That's my name.
Just want to ask you a few questions.
Questions, ask me.
Just
about-
want to ask you a few questions.
I didn't do it.
Do what?
Whatever.
Ever see this man?
Man, see picture.
Why are you so nervous?
You got a guilty conscience?
No, why should I?
Ever see this man?
Man, see the picture. Dr. Farb.
So you know him?
My dentist. He maybe did something.
Disappeared.
Blood in his office.
The other man, too. Blood in the railroad tracks.
A few spare parts.
Dr. Farb is murdered.
Is he?
No, who knows? Not me.
What do you think?
He doesn't know anything.
Okay, Mushnick. If you hear anything about these men, call our office.
Sure, I'll be glad to cooperate with the police.
Hello, Aunt Sitting.
Oh, isn't it terrible what happened to your boy, Frankie?
Those are the brakes.
All right, Seymour. Now you tell me if that plant is finished all grown up.
He's finished all growing up.
You wouldn't kid your father.
My father came home?
Me, idiot! It's a finger of speech. Now look, I can't stand any more of that plant. It's growing me out of house and home.
Well, it ain't gonna grow anymore, I promise.
How can you be so sure?
It ate 3 times already.
What did it eat this time?
Well, about 1 million Japanese beetles.
So don't eat no more.
It's full.
Gravis. There's a lady from some kind of a committance outside. I think it's important.
Excellent. By the by, I understand you want to take Audrey out on a date tonight. That's very good with me, because I am staying to keep an eye on that Meshuggah plant.
Where are we going to go tonight, Seymour?
Well, I just remembered I don't have any money.
Well, that's okay. We could take a walk along the ocean or something.
I got a great idea. We can eat dinner at my house. My mom's a great cook.
Well, that's swell.
Oh, boy, I'll call her later and tell her.
Oh, that's remarkable.
You like?
I neither like nor dislike anything, my goodness. I happen to represent the Society of Silent Flower Observers of Southern California.
How about that?
Tell me, who created this magnificent bloom?
I did, me.
And what might your name be?
Seymour Krelboyne with a K.
Krelboyne.
Krelboyne.
Raised it in a coffee can.
This? Well, tell me, Mr. Krelboyne, is this a freak, or can more be raised from the seeds?
We should live so long.
Well, I don't think there are going to be any more, Miss,
Fuschtwanger. Mrs. Hortense Fuschtwanger.
I think this is going to be the only one, Mrs. Fishswinger.
Fuschtwanger.
Fuschtwanger?
It's probably indigestible anyway.
At any rate, I have the honor to tell you, Seymour Krelboyne, that you have been selected to receive the annual trophy of the Society of Silent Flower Observers of Southern California.
A trophy? Me?
Such is justice.
Tell me, when do you suppose those large buds will open?
Well, according to what the book says about the plants that I crossed, they should open day after tomorrow at sunset.
Ah, very well. Then I shall return at that time to present the trophy. Good day. Remarkable.
Oh, boy, I'm going to get a trophy.
Oh, Seymour, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, a real trophy for Audrey Jr. We can put it on the float. In the Rose Parade.
Oh, boy.
Don't look at me. I'm a terrible sight. I'm a complete sea hag.
She always says that.
Oh, well, it's true. I haven't been feeling very well lately.
Audrey, this is my ma, Winifred Krelboyne. Ma, this is Audrey Fulcourt. She's my girl.
Hi, Audrey. Are you hungry?
I sure am. I could eat a hearse.
Oh, well, sit right down, and I'll go get the first course.
Sit here, Audrey. You want me to take your sweater?
Yes.
Never mind that. Well, now try this.
It tastes like cough syrup.
Dr. Flynn's cough syrup. A toast?
To Audrey Jr.
No, to Audrey Sr.
You glutton, you. Tonight I keep an eye on you. I don't let nobody get near you.
Comes the soup. Now, don't touch it till I get the flavoring.
Gee, Audrey, you sure look good by candlelight.
Oh, do I really, Seymour?
Yeah.
Here you are. Now try it.
Sure smells different.
It's different.
Some kind of oil, isn't it?
Cod liver oil. It's wonderful for the colon.
And that's sulfur powder on the top.
Feed me. I'm hungry.
Open it is.
Feed me.
I didn't hear it.
Feed me.
I heard it.
I want food.
A talking plant we got.
I'm hungry.
No. Hungry. And other fine kettle fin fish. Who would you like to have tonight?
You look fat enough.
We not only got a talking plant, we got one that makes with smart cracks. Will you listen to me, you botanical bum? Food you wouldn't get. Not from Gravis Mushnik.
I'm starved.
Excellent. You would unpopulate the old Skid Row. Well, you can forget about it. You wouldn't get fed from Gravis Mushnik tonight. Good night.
You'll get yours.
I kind of like this chow mein.
If it tastes a little bitter, it's because it's made of Chinese herbs and it's flavored with acromycin and Epsom salts.
There ain't another cook in the whole world like my ma.
That's what your old man said before the louse ran out on me. You know, if you're going to be married, you got to be a good cook.
Well, maybe you could teach me.
You thinking of getting married?
Well, he hasn't asked me yet.
Who hasn't?
Seymour.
Seymour's too young to get married. Look here, a boy's got to go out and play around a little bit. Go out on the make and have a ball.
Seymour, I don't want to have a ball. I want to be with Audrey.
No, look, Seymour. You promised you wouldn't get married until you bought me an iron lung.
You've been breathing for years, Ma.
Well, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, son.
Nobody here. Black Cat, 13th John, Friday the 13th is stupid superstition.
All right, you. Come out of there. Don't shoot, mister. I'm old and sick. I wouldn't hurt even a fly.
Come out in the light where I can see you.
Come on. Please don't shoot. Please. Please, I'm only Gravis Mushnik. You wouldn't want to kill me. Where would you hide the body?
Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot you. Not unless you try something.
Try something? I never tried anything in my life. I wouldn't try anything now. You want my money? Take it. You want I should go out and steal you some more? That's all right, too. I'll do it.
Thank you very much. I like your brand of hospitality.
You'll excuse it isn't more. I'm only a poor flautist.
Yeah. We got about $30 here. Come on now. Where's the rest of it? I was in here this afternoon. I saw about 30,000 people in here. They must have spent some money. Where is it?
There ain't no more money. They came in to look on the plant. It's a big attraction. Audrey Jr.
The plant. Don't try to snow me, Jim. 30,000 squares didn't come in here just to look for a plant. I want it.
I don't got no more money, honest. Believe me.
Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I ain't got no more money, honest.
All right, try it the other way around. 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right already.
Okay, Big Dad, where?
In the plant.
In the plant.
The big plant, Audrey Jr.
Inside the big leaf.
That's right, inside.
How do you get it open?
Just knock.
In there?
Inside, in the bottom.
I don't see anything.
Way inside. Right in the bottom. I don't care about you got at the date with Audrey tonight. I am no more sitting up with that no-good Nick plant.
But gee, Mr. Mushnik, you don't have to sit up with it anymore. It's all grown up now.
Excellent, smart guy. How do you know it don't be hungry no more?
Well, because...
Tonight you are staying. Then tomorrow they're coming and they're going to give you a trophy, and then after that we are getting rid once and for all for that plant.
Getting rid of it? Why?
Don't ask why. Why? The end. Into the garbage can. Aloha. Oy. Yes, Mrs. Shiva.
Oh, Seymour, you wonderful plant.
Oh,
Oh, that's all right, Audrey. I'll grow other plants, even more wonderful ones.
I know you will. Did you figure out what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, we're going to a place full of beautiful flowers.
We have to stay here.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. We'll have a picnic. It'll be just like going to the country.
Oh,
Did you
boy.
get the 3,000 pink azaleas for the arbor and the 9,000 yellow mums for the border?
Yeah,
and the roses for the front and the back? No, around the back.
What do you mean you're going to a picnic at night with that full-cord girl?
Don't you like Audrey, Ma?
She's out after your money.
I don't have any money.
Oh, she's a smart one. She'll latch on to you until you get some, and then goodbye fortune.
But Audrey's an honest girl, Ma.
Yeah, never trust a woman who's too healthy.
But Audrey had a bad cold a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, a cold, a puny cold. Why don't you get yourself a real female with something decent like mononucleosis or gallstones?
Well, maybe she could catch something like that.
The only thing she'll catch is you. And she'll take you off to some shady sanitarium and leave me to chiropractors and faith healers. I know when I'm not wanted. Oh,
Oh, gee, Ma.
don't feel sorry for me. I'll just find a nice wet alley somewhere and curl up and wait for the end.
Oh, please don't die till I get back, will you, Ma? I'll take care of you. I'll always take care of you. I promise.
Yeah.
Bye. Gee, Audrey, I never tasted food like this before.
The peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly, what does that cure?
Nothing. It's just a food.
Well, what good is it if it doesn't clear up pimples or shrink your sinus tissues or something?
You're just being silly, Seymour. Seymour, what do you want to be?
Well, I want to grow things. If I had a lot of money, I'd go to the South Seas where they grow the most fabulous plants in the world.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the South Seas, too.
There's no reason why you couldn't go.
Would you take me with you, Seymour?
Oh, I couldn't very well go without you, Audrey.
Why not?
Oh, because I'm in love with you, Audrey.
Oh, I'm in love with you, too, Seymour.
Feed me.
What'd you say?
I was just kidding.
I'm hungry.
Seymour.
I didn't mean it.
Why did you say it?
Oh, food.
You didn't even say that.
Oh, yes, I did. I said it.
Oh, I'm looking right at you.
I'm a ventriloquist.
You're what?
A ventriloquist.
Feed me.
Seymour, do you feel all right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, then stop all this nonsense and kiss me.
I'm dying from hunger.
All right, if you're so hungry, eat something, but forget about me.
Gee, I'm sorry, Audrey.
Give me to eat.
If you can't control yourself, I'm going home.
I need some chow.
Oh.
Got an empty stomach.
Audrey, please wait. Listen to me.
I've listened to all the nonsense I want to hear, Seymour. You're a nut. You tell me that you love me, and then you act like a complete idiot.
Please listen, Audrey. I'll be able to explain everything soon.
Well, why can't you explain now?
Because so many things are so important. I want to marry you, but I got to take care of Mom. Well, that plant in there is going to make it all come true. Tomorrow they're going to give me a trophy, and I'll be famous. I'll be a big botanist. And then we can go to the South Seas, just like we planned and all.
But that doesn't have anything to do with what went on in there. When you're ready to come to your senses, Seymour, then I'll talk to you. Good night, Seymour.
I'm getting pretty tired of you.
I need food.
I don't care what you need. Look what you done to me. You not only made a butcher out of me, but you drove my girl away.
Shut up and bring on the food.
Don't tell me to shut up. You shut up. Who raised you from a bunch of little seeds? Who fed you all them high-class fertilizers and sat up all night with you when you were sick? Nobody else would have done that for you. Do you think anybody else would have brought you human beings to eat? You're darn right they wouldn't. Well, I've helped you, and you've helped me. Now shut your trap and go to sleep. I'm tired.
Krellbein, turn around. Close your eyes. You are asleep. Open your eyes. Now you will do as I say. Do you follow me?
Yes, master.
You will go out and find me some food.
Yes, master.
Now be gone and waste no time.
My name is Leonora Clyde. How's the rain on the rhubarb?
Master is hungry.
Well, hello there.
I gotta find food for Master. Food I gotta find for Master. For Master, I gotta find food.
Maybe I can help.
Who are you?
My name is Leonora Clyde. I love you.
Master wants food.
Let the old goat wait. The night is young, and so are we.
Master doesn't eat goat.
Well, what kind of food does he like? Ooh! That's more like it. Kiss me. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Too bony.
Too bony? Nobody ever told me that before.
Beef is better than veal.
Ah, you're such a dodo. What do you call this? Chopped liver?
Master would like more fat.
Speak for yourself, John.
My name is Seymour.
My name is Seymour.
That's my name, too.
Are you interested, or are you just wasting my time?
I never thought anybody would volunteer. Do you volunteer?
Sure I do.
All right, if you're sure you want to volunteer.
All right, my place or yours?
I don't care.
Well, flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
Flip anything, silly.
Well, there's a rock. Wet or dry?
Wet.
The search was narrowing, and we knew that soon we would have the killer. Not that we had any more clues than before, but we had to tell the chief something. I had that feeling in my bones that the mystery was drawing to its climax, and I was determined to be on hand.
All right, out. Nobody is in. Today we have a special occasion for Seymour Krelboyne, which has invented the big plan. So I want everybody should please stay out of the way.
We want Seymour! We want Seymour! We want Seymour! Seymour!
I tell you, this business is worse than being a conductor in a revoluting door. I'll be glad when this day is finished.
What's a celebration?
They're presenting my son with a trophy.
Yeah, what'd he do, run away from home?
Please don't look at me that way, Audrey. I want to talk to you.
I'm sorry, Seymour. I just don't understand you.
I'll explain everything after the ceremony.
You, police, what are you doing here?
Heard there was something going on here this evening.
Just thought we'd come by and keep an eye on things.
Look, we don't need no eyes kept on nothing.
Everything. The Society of Silent Flower Observers has arrived, and sunset is almost upon us.
Welcome, lady and gentlemen. We are honored for to have you.
Still working on those disappearances.
We think they were murdered.
Hey, look here, young man. That's no way to talk at a time like this. Let me see your tongue. Uh-huh. Now, what you got?
Just the facts, ma'am.
Trench mouth. I know. I had it back in '09.
Better have that looked into, Frank.
Whatever you say, Joe.
Mr. Krelboy, the sun is going down now, and you do think those buds are going to open?
I hope so.
Because if they don't, Mr. Krelboy, we shall just have to present the award at another time.
Oh, it's starting to open.
Isn't that smart? Oh, look, the first bud is open.
Isn't that
the railroad cop? Look at the rest. What do you think, Frank?
They're all there, Joe.
Yes, you're right. Mr. Crawboy, how do you explain this?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. That's right, officer. He didn't mean to kill them.
Seymour, you promised you'd explain.
Looks like they're getting away, Joe.
Yes, you're right. Let's catch him.
Right.
Oh, now the float will be perfect. Yeah.
You wouldn't find him here with the toilets. Let's go back.
You dirty rat plant, you messed up my whole life. I'll feed you. I'll feed you like you never been fed before.
Better to give up, gentlemen. You wouldn't find him tonight.
Look, the door's open, Frank.
Oh.
He was such a good boy.
Seymour!
I didn't mean it.